Hey everyone. Good evening. Not often that I go live in the evening. It's a pleasure to see you guys. If you're coming live, let me know. Say hello. If you're watching the replay, comment replay. Let me know. I will be taking timestamps, but I am coming live to do the all signs weekly messages. Just shuffling the cards to get ready for it. We're going to go in the zodiac order. We are going to go to zodiac order. All right, the deck is almost feeling good and lined up. And actually, I just want to double check the sound really quick before I go and do a whole hour video. All right, so I just want to double check the sound. All right, the sound is working. All righty. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start with Aries. What does Aries need to hear, see, feel, and know this week, Spirit? What do they need to hear? Oh, Aries. Okay, you're having a week of finding your path, of finding your rhythm, of finding your beat. And honestly, I think a little bit of like finding yourself. And so in law of attraction terms, because you guys know that I'm like all things law of attraction and manifesting. I'm just trying to find the best lighting. It's about admitting your preferences. I prefer my life when I make this much money. I prefer to be able to have money to do these kinds of things. I actually do like being employed. I like the structure it provides me. I like the social structure it provides me. I like the light touch relationships. Hey, how was your weekend? It's just like sinking into your preferences because right now it looks like you're a little distracted by like trying to get the vibe just perfectly and absolutely right. Um, so you're trying to find your path, but you're viewing it as I got to get the picture perfect recipe to be able to manifest this thing that I want. Um, but that's like quite frankly going to lead you nowhere. Okay. So, yes, a vibe is a vibe, and your vibe is what attracts and manifests it in, but it's not about intentionally trying to concoct the right vibration to get in what you want. Because then that's when it feels like every day I got to work the vibrations up to get what I want. Every day it's like so much work to raise the vibes to get the thing that I want. Versus when you just sink into your preferences, you know what? I may hate to admit it, but I like working. I like working. I like getting things done. I like that sense of good feeling for checking off the checkbox, getting things done. I like the feeling of that paycheck coming in. I do. I just like working. It feels good. And I like working somewhere where the job is cool, where the job is you need some skill, you need some talent to get it. I but I like that elevation feeling I get. So cuz then you're not having to concoct a vibration every day. You're just literally admitting your preferences and this is what I like so that you're naturally exuding that energy. So kind of in short, you're like working a little bit too hard right now. Yeah, and you're just trying to make yourself the most shiniest object, the most beautiful object, thinking that you have to be so in love with life and so in love with the job to get it in. So you are correct that high vibes is what brings something in. High art brings something in quicker because what you focus on, you get, whether you want it or not. So you're always manifesting and you're always getting things in. Okay. And this does indicate that you know how to deliberately manifest, but you need to kind of take the pressure off. I need to be 100% in love with where I'm at, 100% in love with life and every other area of my life for me to get this thing because law of attraction is about making peace with where you're at. If you're looking at where you're at and hating it, it's out of alignment. It's gonna, take even longer to get manifestation. But if you're okay, I don't like where I'm at, and that's okay. You're making peace with where you're at. It's like, okay, I want to be in New York and I'm in California. I hate that I'm here. It sucks that I'm here. Of course, I don't like that I'm here because I have to go all the way across the US. Well, all right, better go to the gas station and get in the car. Now you're on your way. So there's just a little bit of a fear going on that it's going to take you a really long time to get there. Um, and like that's just not true. If you can learn to fall in love with the process, I'm finding a new job. I'm finding that my next place of employment, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be good when I'm there. I know that once I'm there, once I'm signing that job offer, universe, show me what it feels like to be signing the job offer of a position that I love and look forward to going to and doing. What does it feel like to be signing that job offer and submitting it in? I got it. It's here. It came. Ooh, what's my first day gonna be like? Who am I gonna be sitting next to? Um, that's how you manifest it in. So don't worry about making the recipe completely and absolutely picture perfect. Um, you don't need to be in absolute love, joy, and bliss in your life to be able to call it in. It's just whatever it is you're manifesting, it's really just about admitting this is my preference. So you're not performing for the universe to get the manifestation. You're just, I prefer to be working. I prefer to be in a relationship. I love being in a relationship. I love kisses. I love cuddling. I love celebrating birthdays. It's my preference to live that way. Okay, so just it's really more about admitting your preferences, Aries. All right, let's go on to Taurus. What does Taurus need to hear, see, feel, and know this week? Whoa, Taurus. So it kind of looks like a significant segment of your, well, whatever it is, a chapter of your life has just like kind of abruptly come to an end. And you've kind of already you've quickly jumped into a bit of like, I would say wanderlust. I do think there's some travel going on right now or coming up. It's more like a free bird, a free spirit, like a yeah, I made it, I did the right thing. You're just at a very expansive place and starting to see like the limitless possibilities. You're kind of starting to see how open and expansive life can be for you. That there's like a part of you that's like, I don't think you're gonna be able to go back to your previous life exactly the way it was. I think that in your previous chapter, when you literally just entered your new one, in your previous chapter, you were at a place of like mending your heart, of like letting your heart soften and soothe. And wanting to make sure that it was like everything was an absolute perfect alignment. But I think you're now going to this phase where it's like oh, I get it. I get to kind of choose the path I want to go ahead. And once I choose the path, then it's my deliberate intent to simply feel better that brings that path into alignment. I do want to experience being a successful realtor. I get it. It's a path and all paths have resistance, but this is the path I want to go on. So I'm gonna figure out as I go and bring it into alignment as I go. Yeah, so you're kind of like burning the old path of everything must be in perfect alignment for me to be willing to consider walking down it, and it must feel like I'm walking on a rainbow. Okay, I still think your life's gonna be kinda easy and smooth. This read kinda looks like you do have, like, a kinda easeful time manifesting, but I think you're just at a place where you're willing to embrace, like, "Okay, I get it. I could go this way, I could go that way." There's a few things about each that I'll have to bring into alignment, but you know what? This is the path I'm going. So, universe, help me enjoy it. Help me. It's like when you're embracing that deliberate creation, that deliberate intention to watch yourself bring it from whatever vibe you're at to watch yourself bring it into alignment. That's what's going to help you get that empowered feeling that you're looking for. Yeah. And I think you just wish you got here sooner to this like free bird place, this empowered feeling, this, okay, I get it. I can do this. And it's more about I can choose a path and bring it into alignment as I go. You're starting to recognize that it doesn't have to like feel like fight. It doesn't have to feel like aggression. It doesn't have to feel like hustle and grind. But it's just a, oh, I get it. There's gonna be a little bit of deliberate intention on my part, deliberate choosing to spend my time in a certain way to bring it into alignment. Sometimes I'll intentionally bring it into alignment. Sometimes the universe and my inner being will just bring it into alignment. Um, so you're on your path, Taurus. You're just, I mean, that's a good job, dude. Okay, let's go on to Gemini. What does Gemini need to hear? Hmm. Okay, what does Gemini need to hear this week? Well, Gemini, I think that you should like very rapidly be expecting a new start. Like all your hard work is paying off and is going to pay off, and you're going to feel that little like spring in your step soon. You're gonna start to feel intentional and deliberate. Um, I think that there's been a lot of vibe work and a lot of energy work going on. And it's kind of like the universe just wants to congratulate you. Like, you've done a good job. You're doing a good job. You've done a good job. You're doing a good job. And you're like starting to cross the veil. So, this is that moment where your vibrations are starting to shift. And this is a major arcana card. So, you're starting to like all this is the resistance, the line to switch vibes to get what you want. Over here is what you want. And even like doing all the energy work, all the inner child resistance work, changing belief systems, and you're just starting to like poke your head through and you're like, whoa. So you're at the start of the journey where you do got to cross over into the being higher vibe about it, but it's going to start getting easier. So when those good thoughts come in, bask on them. Be like, "Oh, thank you, universe. This does feel good. I do want this good feeling." So there is encouragement to continue doing the energy work, the vibration work, and it can be as simple as do your 15-minute meditation and then do your positive list of 10 things that you find satisfying. And if you want to do more, you could just set a timer for 15 minutes and go, "Okay, universe, in this 15 minutes, I'm setting the intention that my vibrations on this topic are gonna go up the scale. I'm gonna feel higher vibe on it." So it's kind of like let your vibe work be easy. Keep going, keep doing it, and you're soon gonna start like the passionate new start, Gemini. So feel free to say hi, and if you're live, and we're moving on to Cancer. So what does Cancer need to hear this week? Interesting. Cancer, just as a little kind of aside, I will say you don't have to be mischievous to get your desire. You don't have to sneak to get it, okay? But that's like a little aside. That's not your core message. Um, a lot of where you're at with your manifestation is about allowing the energy to build, allowing the momentum to build. So, manifesting is never about sitting still for 5, 10, 15 minutes and going, okay, I thought a positive thought about my desire and my intention. Well, where's my good thing, universe? Like, no, it doesn't work that way. You have to be able to hold the vibration. And a vibration is simply that emotional state within you. So if you are trying to manifest more money, it is like the, the amount just came to you $10,000, 100,000. Visualize it entering your hands and be like, what would it feel like if that came to you? And most of the time, there'd be a sigh of relief. Just feel that sigh of relief. Go, whoa, God, I would just feel so relaxed. I would feel so safe. I would feel so secure. I would feel like my mind could start going to positive things. I feel like my mind could start going to fun things that I could be doing. It would be so great to be able to think of fun things to do. I'd like to start becoming aware of fun things for me to do. Do you see how that like little rampage I did built momentum? So where you're at is just you're allowing the momentum to build, which means you have to hold that thought of that money coming in like once a day, every day, 30 to 60 seconds. And you'll start to see the needle move. This is where you have to this is where you have to let the momentum build. Hi, Concha. Thanks for saying hi. I was so hoping you were going to be able to come on. Um, So essentially, Cancer, like, don't give up. You're allowing the momentum to build. And you could say things like, universe, here's my one good thought on my topic on my manifestation. I'm ready for more to come in. Can you help me with this, universe? I'm willing to receive better thoughts. And that's what I explain in my free mini manifesting course. That if you want, it's kellylunt.com/free gifts. Where you want to be, you want the whatever your manifestation is, you're here. Find the one good thought you can and go, universe, help me get more. So if your manifestation has a little bit of a journey of getting ready to be getting ready, if you can celebrate this first step and this second step, embrace it, bask in it, celebrate in it as if it were the end goal, as if it were the, oh my God, the $10,000 hit my bank account. That's when you're living in alignment and you're rapidly manifesting. Um, so build momentum on your manifestation. Don't give up. It doesn't have to be hard work. It can just be a, what would it feel like if it were to come in? And if I gave you one example, another example could be, well, if that money came in, I would just feel good about myself. I would feel like I'm on the right path. To be honest, universe, I would feel good about myself and like I'm on the right path. Then just bring your focus to everything else that you feel good about yourself for, and bring your focus to everywhere else that you're on the right path. Well, I feel good about myself when I go to the gym. I felt good that I got one every day this week, and I felt like I'm on my right path because that's me taking care of my health, and, I want a good, healthy, stronger body when I'm older. When you bring your focus to those vibrations in the simplest, easy way, it grows that vibration, it builds the momentum. And a vibe is a vibe. So if you're holding the momentum on, I do feel good about myself when I go to the gym. You're growing that vibration, which is going to make it easier for the universe to bring in that big old paycheck or that date where you're like, oh my God, I do feel good about myself. It's just, you got to like put your focus on just building the momentum. And that is the simplest, best exercise. Because everything about me for manifestations, I like to teach in the simplest way. Because why does it have to be hard work? Just get the thing that you want and enjoy, you know? All right, let's go to Leo. What does Leo need to hear this week? Hmm. Leo, it kind of looks like you're going through a process of being reborn. And it looks like you're giving up a little bit of an old way of life, an old way of being. But your outcome is the 10 of trees. So the outcome is really, really good. The outcome is this is when your money's good. This is when your family life is good. Um, So it's not that romantic card, like you're being pursued and chased, but it is that your companionship needs are met, like everything is just kind of good. So, yeah, but what do they need to hear, universe? Oh, I think you're making your growth a little bit harder than it has to be right now. You're kind of like fighting it, you're kind of like resisting it. So I think there might be someone who doesn't necessarily want you to have this thing that you want, or who like someone is just putting up a little bit of a fight, okay? And instead of you focusing on, I feel sad that they're not on my team, I feel sad that they're not going with me, I feel sad that we're not on the same page, I feel sad that there isn't more agreement between the two of us, and then shifting your focus to you being deliberate, like, well, I didn't think that me manifesting this would mean I'm losing them, or that me manifesting this would mean a fight between us. I still want this though. So, and then put your deliberate focus on that. So you're focused on the fight, the bickering. Why aren't they supporting me? Why aren't they, encouraging me? When this is where it's time to deliberately focus. I do want this. It feels so good if it came in. I like it. You need to be putting your deliberate focus on what you want and like keep your focus there and on what you want versus what someone else wants. That's all this is. You're like, wait, they're not supporting me. I can't get my thing if I don't feel good. Don't put your focus on them. Put your focus on you and you want it. So there's that. And there's a little bit of you've got to be willing to like create a little. So there's a little something about this manifestation, Leo, that you've got to be willing to allow the universe to like kind of surprise you. A little bit of magic feeling, a little bit of surprise feeling, a little bit of delight feeling, like all right, universe, just kind of like it doesn't feel good that this conflict's going on between me and this other person. But I know that I want it to feel good between the two of us. I want it to get good. Or what aren't you manifesting? I don't know if you're manifesting a better relationship or if you're manifesting something that your person's not supportive of. But it's I intend to to get more money for my family. Um, and it's in the universe, I need your help. This is that whole surrender. I need your help, universe. I need you to help me shift my vibes and get me to the vibration of this. I just know that I intend to be in the vibrational vicinity of receiving this thing. Because yeah, you're just like making it, and so this is the you're making it a little bit more complicated than it has to be. And that's where you're like, no, I can't get this because you're not supporting me. I can't feel good because you're not doing that. No, no, no. It's normally my partner is very supportive and helps me feel good in alignment. But I guess this is that one thing where they can't help me and I need to get more stable on this topic. That's that deliberate intent. I need to get more stable on this topic. I need to feel more grounded and secure and sure in my body. Universe, that feels a little hard for me to believe right now. So can you help me a little? Can you show me how good it can be and feel? Okay. Um, s- so you just kind of got to like work and move through that. It does look like there is going to be a tipping turning point, I think somewhere midweek. And I think you're just going to kind of like give up with like, okay, I'm not going to get on board with them. They're not going to get on board with me. We're not going to be on the exact same page. I still got to do this and embrace this. And then you're going to get a good outcome. You and this is that like happy home life. Money's good, your family's happy, emotional contentment and satisfaction. So like you're on the right path. It's just a lot of this is about you learning to deliberately focus and be like your own rock. Because for whatever reason, your partner just isn't being that rock for you right now. All right, let's move on. Uh-oh. Am I still alive? Am I still alive? Hello. The sound. Okay, I want to make sure. Hold on, I'm just testing the sound, guys. Can you clearly? Okay, yeah. All right. It is back up and on. Okay, so we're moving on to Virgo. All right, what does Virgo need to hear, see, feel, and know this week? Well, Virgo, you want love. You're on your path to love, okay? And like that, you just want to be kissed, cuddled, held, romance, sweetness, okay? There's a little part of you that's making it complicated, treating it like it's a maze. There's a little part of you that, and so that, like, in real world terms, that's like love is hard to find. All the good ones are taken. It's so hard. Like, it's you don't understand. Like, as a guy, you just have to pursue and charge ahead and be all confident. Because if you're not confident, the girl loses interest. If you don't like take her to the perfect place she wants to eat, you lose interest. Like that's where you're making it complicated. You're thinking all the thoughts that don't allow it to come in. Um, I just overheard a different guy saying, like, no, you don't understand. I got a girl who said, hey, how are you? At like 9:30 p.m. at night. I didn't see the text. I woke up the next morning. When I looked at my phone, it was like, hey, how are you? And then this just isn't gonna work between the two of us. He's like, oh my God, what? I can't even sleep. Okay, that's where you gotta go, whoa, that person's not emotionally stable. I'm glad they ejected themselves out of my life because I am looking for someone who's stable and can understand that sometimes I don't check my phone right before going to sleep. I value good sleep. Okay. That's an in alignment way to view it. Universe, thanks for getting this person out of my life quickly. When you're out of alignment, it's I have to be that perfect to get them. You can't make one mistake to get a girl. So there's a little part of you that's just making it you're out of alignment. And you're being encouraged to like view it as a fresh new start. You need to like wipe the vibrations completely clean on this topic. Universe, my vibrations are getting shifted and wiped clean as if I was a brand new baby on this life. I need these vibrations. I'm a vibrational, fresh new set point. I'm a vibrational, fresh new set point on this topic. And I'd like to find a good positive thought on this topic. A good positive thought is coming to me on this topic because I'm ready to be in a beautiful, loving relationship. I want that little bit of looking forward to coming home to someone. I want kisses on the cheek. I want the, hey, I made you this chicken. I want that, "Oh my god, you made me chicken?" All of those were thoughts that are gonna help your desire come in. I do want that, it would feel so good. Oh, a kiss on my forehead, someone to hold hands with. Come on, universe, let's go. Show me how to allow this in. Help me build momentum on this topic because 'cause I'm ready to feel good and in a relationship. So you gotta be willing to start the new journey, completely let go of your past baggage and be I'm a vibrational, fresh new set point on this topic, and I'm ready to allow love in. All right, let's go to Libra. Let's go to Libra. All right, Libra. You're having some playful, fun connection. You are a little focused on improving your relationships, fun ways to connect with other people. Um, and your encouragement is actually just to like be okay that you're on your path. You're on your path, and now there's just a little bit of patience to like let it unfold. And like I know in relationships it can kind of be a little because you got three lotuses. This is definitely like a relationship. What that lag time in between hanging out. So sometimes you do have to like say something, give them a gift. It's warm, it's endearing. Let them receive the gift. Sometimes you can let them bask on it for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Like I just got a birthday present, and I was so tired when I got it, and I was so out of alignment. The person was like, "Oh, you don't like these?" And I'm like, "No, I'm so tired right now. I'm so sorry. I can't focus on this. And we got to get to the movie." Um, Now, like, when I came home, I looked, I was like, "Oh my god, I got all these, like, gemstones on my couch." Um, okay, So if you were that person, you'd be like, "Well, why didn't they appreciate more in the moment?" And like, "Well, why aren't they calling me today thanking me for it?" But like, guys, I literally like it's 7:40 PM at night and I'm just now getting to like my all weekly signs message, right? And after this, I kind of got to clean up my kitchen, get stuff refrigerated, and get ready for bed. Because I'm still catching up on sleep and feeling good. So I almost guarantee you it's going to be a whole nother day before I'm like, oh my God, all those gemstones on my couch. Let me go start looking at them. And since there's a lot of them, I'm gonna have to like, ooh, play with them, you know? So it's gonna be like a 2, 3 day. Then I'm like, oh my God, these are great, you know? I personally have to get into alignment. I personally need to get some good sleep for 2 or 3 good consecutive days. And then I need time to play with them, right? But I also have like other stuff and other obligations that I already signed myself up for. So this is where you got to be okay that sometimes you're not going to get that like immediate gratification, that immediate, oh my God, thank you for that gift. It might come a week later. So you're on your right path. Just have patience, basking on was that already occurred. So no keeping stock of what's not happening, basking on what's already occurred that you really enjoyed. And then it's gonna that's when your love life, your friendships, your connections are just gonna start to feel a little more playful. Like I do have good connections. That was so fun this last weekend going out and celebrating. And if anyone does want a super chat question, I'm answering them in between reads right now. I'm currently on Libra. So your relationships, you need to learn to like manage that mean time and you manage it by basking on what you've enjoyed that has happened instead of focusing on well, shouldn't this be happening? And that's again when your relationships are just going to start to feel like more magical, more manifesting, like you got a little bit more deliberate control over them, and it's just going to start to feel more fun. Okay, let's go on to Scorpio. Hey, CZ Bunny, what's up? How are you? Hey, I'm going to go live tomorrow at 11 a.m. And this week I'm going to play with going live once, but a little bit longer than 30 minutes. So one show this week, but longer. What do you think about that? How are you, though? What's up? I think I'm coming down with the cold. Okay, so we are on Scorpio. Good, been missing out lately. What are you missing out on? Sorry to hear you're missing out. If you're talking about the show, last week I was traveling a lot and I didn't do a show, so I definitely didn't do 2 shows. I don't even think I did 1. There's a slight chance I did. I don't think I did. Aw, CZ Bunny. I guess I'm gonna have to tell the other person that they aren't my only fan. I'm gonna love it in like a year or 2 from now when my crowd grows and only a small handful of people are gonna understand that joke and that reference, dude. You are officially part of the OG club. Um, who I'm forgetting the who was I don't remember the username. Okay, let's go on to Scorpio though. Scorpio, what's going on? So Scorpio, your what you need to hear this week is hmm, there's a little bit of a need to like intentionally nourish a relationship. So check out this card. Can you guys see can you see that little person? And you see the little trees right there, and it's in a big old desert. So there's a little bit of a need for you to be nurturing your relationship right now. It's more than likely a relationship, but whatever your manifestation is, you need to be nurturing the relationship, the manifestation a little bit right now. Because I like right now, there's a little bit of toxicity, a little bit of no, I'm not going to do that if they're not doing that. A little bit of is it glutton or gluten? Gluttony, potential a little bit of gluttony, and when you're CZ bunny. All right, feel free to ask your question, and I'll get to it in between these two. Um, after Scorpio, before Sagittarius. Um, a little bit of gluttony, which means you either might be like overindulging in something else, um, or like underindulging. Um, and like to be blunt and honest, Scorpio, you're gonna. This isn't like a transformation. where you completely change your view of the world, you completely change how you present yourself, represent yourself, you know? But this is where you allow yourself to shift at, like, a smaller scale. Um, so, like, a small day no, like, I love this person a lot, but they'll never go to the coffee shop with me, and I love going to the coffee shop. How can I be with this person for the rest of my life if they never go to the coffee shop with me? But, like, alright, if the rest of your relationship is smooth and swimmingly well, um, you're gonna need to, like, shift your mindset a bit to realize, "Alright, I do disappoint this because I wanna enjoy this with my honey bunny, but fine, my honey bunny doesn't enjoy this for whatever reason. Universe, I still like doing this. Who am I gonna do this with? Oh, my girlfriend wants to she loves, like, morning coffee gab sessions." So you see how that's not a complete transformation, a complete inner work, like a belief system rewrite, but it is a, "Oh, I can be happy in my relationship, and they're just not gonna be my, like, coffee shop gab person." So there needs to be a little bit of a shift from you like that so that you can nurture your relationship and not be holding so like staunchly firm on, no, I'm upholding my standards and I need to, it's like a relationship's not supposed to feel like a fight to the death. And a lot of times people in long-term relationships, it can feel that way because it's like a, "No, you're supposed to be my marriage partner. You're supposed to be my person, and if I let this slide now, then I'll never get it in the future." Whereas, like, if it were a new friend you made, it would just be like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And you'd be seeking to connect. You'd be seeking to, "How do we connect in the best way possible?" "Oh, you like doing this and that and this and that? Okay. Oh, you don't like coffee shops? Um, okay. Well, so they're not my coffee shop friend, but do you like pickleball? You do. Okay, so we're pickleball friends. You like going to sandwich shops? I like going to sandwich shops." And then you would be like, "Okay, I guess I need another friend to go to the coffee shop with." So if you like, it's kind of giving your long-term partner that kind of grace, that and that kind of like curiosity of how do we connect the best. Okay, so that was Scorpio. Let's go on to CZ Bunny's question. Not sure if you did Leo. I did do Leo. I'll have to rewatch, but I've been in contemplation with my romantic relationship. I think Leo is actually about a relation. I actually I don't want to talk because I don't remember. Um, I've been in contemplation with my romantic relationship. I'm unsure what it is I'm feeling or if this is heading into potential long term. Um, I feel you on that one, CZ Bunny. That fear of I might not get what I want. That's a legit fear. I get it. I feel you. Um, and so I kind of want to comment and talk on that first, dude. Are you still live, actually? You got to let that little part go. Okay. I'm going to comment on that before I go into the read for you. You got to let that little part go. And like the best way to do that I found is just like, I may not get what I want. I may not get what I want. Do you see that little bit of freedom of like a, damn, this may not go where I want? Like, and that tiny bit of a shift, that tiny bit of a release. Then it's you know what I realized? I'm just really afraid of having the wool pulled over my head. I hope I'm saying that saying correctly. I'm a little afraid of being taken advantage of. I'm a little afraid of missing a sign. Like, do you kind of see how that's what your fear is right now? And this is what spirit guide is this? It's not Abraham. It's George. I just channeled Abraham yesterday from like Abraham Hicks. Oh my God, that was I haven't channeled him in years. George is the guy who comes in and like does a mic drop and like, here's what you need to work on. He's like, "Nah, don't ignore this. Look at this issues of you. We put it right in your face. Here's your fear." Whereas Abe, he just kind of he'll acknowledge the little vibes and then try to quickly shift your vibes. Okay, so it's like acknowledging of like that fear is there. It sucks that that fear is there. I don't like that that fear is there. It's hindering me enjoying the current relationship that I have. And universe, I would really just like to be enjoying this relationship for all that it's worth. Um, because CZ Bunny, I kind of feel like we just gotta like talk about this for a little bit. Everyone loses the love of their life. you know? Most people don't return back to source at the exact same time that their life partner does. We don't have any control over how long someone is in or out of our lives. So I think it's a great idea to go, gosh, I just really value long term relationships. I really value um, lengthier relationships because I like those inside jokes. I like the getting to see someone evolve and grow. And I admit, I like when someone witnesses my life because it's really cool when someone goes, "Oh my God, 2 months ago, that was hard for you. What did you just say? Girl, remember when I met you 2 years ago? You would have never been able to go for that promotion." I do like when someone witnesses my life and they get to see my growth. I like sharing my life with people. I love love. And your job, dude, this is the spirit guides coming in right now. Your job is just to like meditate 15 minutes every day and then write a list of all the love you've had in your life recently. So this actually isn't a relationship issue with this specific person. That this is about your ability to tap into the love vibration and hold it consistently. And they're asking, do you see? Um, okay. So that's where it's just and like love, universe, I'm not vibrationally calibrating to see more love in my life, to see it, to acknowledge it, to feel it. I'm ready to tap into that higher vibe like I never have before. Help me call things to me that when I naturally look around, I just see love everywhere. Right? Because right in front of my eyes, I have a plant. That's love. One definition of love is to focus on with positive intent. That's a deliberate choice to focus on it with positive intent. I water that plant every year. And I've watered it every year for 7 years, and it grew from about 1 feet tall to it's now like 5 feet tall. So, do you see how that's love? Another definition. All right, oh, look at this. I see a happy birthday card. Someone chose to get me a birthday card. Someone chose to, like, you know? So, it's focus on the love all around you. So, it's you practicing love. Um, Oh, that cashier asked how my day was. She was really busy, she still said, "Hey, did you find everything?" You know what? That is love. They asked, and maybe it's because the manager made a requirement for them to ask. Well, I love that that manager made it a requirement. I love that she chose to follow the requirement today. I love that this store kinda does care if I found everything. Alright. Yes, it's ever growing. So this is really about your ability to, like, focus on the vibration of love and maintain it, whether that person's positively focusing on you or not. Um, and it's managing a lot of this relationship is about you managing the mean time between your hangouts, between your sessions, between your hangouts. I don't know what to call it. It's about like, hey, it's okay that I feel a little nervous. Of course, I'm afraid of it leaving because I get that for a long time I haven't had a long-term relationship, so I do have momentum built up in that way. So it's okay for that vibration to be there and to be active, and it's also okay for me to it sorry, I just started realizing my face. I'm sitting in the sun, so now the side's a lot redder than it, and I'm just, like, starting to notice it now. Um, Sorry for that little ADD moment there, Karina. Okay, it's of course, I feel a little wobbly. I have momentum built up for not being in a relationship. And I do just want this reassurance that they like me and that they want me. Reassurance would feel nice right now. It's also okay if there should be a little space in between, right? Because if I water that plant every day, CZ Bunny, it's going to die. That plant is a once a week water. And then you could All right, I get it. I'm just feeling impatient because I want to skip to the good part. I want to skip to the good part. And in my mind right now, the good part is when we're living with each other and every day I'm waking up to cuddles and snuggles. I do just want to skip to the good part. I want to skip to the good part. Okay. All right. Well, then why don't you, so I can make it a little more specific, what is it that you're wanting that you haven't yet experienced with him? Let me pull some tarot cards for this too now. What is it that you're wanting that you haven't experienced yet with him? Okay, yeah, you got the relationship card, you got the mystic, you got yeah, the tarot cards are saying the same thing. Um, you're trying to manifest it. So look, you got the 3 of lotuses first, which means there's a relationship there. You're in it. Interesting. Let me keep reading this to see if it answers anything, and then we can address that one specifically. You're in the relationship, 3 of cups. You're in the relationship, mutual attraction, mutual energy. It's not just attraction. There's like actually like play dates happening, you know. Mystic comes after it, which means there's a little bit of you trying to deliberately focus it and bring it into alignment and like make things happen. But like your order should be this way. Oh, I want a relationship. Oh, I got one. Now your job is to, I love this relationship. Here's what I love and like about it. But you're in it and like, but I want this, this, and this. But we need to be closer. We need, or I guess for you, it's not about we need to be closer. It's, but I need him to be everything. Why isn't he everything? Um, and that's what's causing, like, look at the 10 of embers. That's what's kind of caught like you trying to like post manifest instead of just enjoying what it is. Does that make sense, CZ Bunny? And a lot of manifestations and picking a path is I'm manifesting this and I now get that any manifestation is about bringing it into alignment as I go. So there's just with relationships versus like manifesting a new job or manifesting a client or manifesting a house is all of those, the job, the house, you bring it into alignment and then you get it. And then you get to enjoy it. With a relationship, they're evolving, you're evolving. It's something that you continually have to bring into alignment. And they're asking, do you get that? Does that make sense? You brought it into alignment to get it in. And now it's he checks most boxes, but he's not this or that. So, is the box that he doesn't check, ask yourself, is it a need or is it a want? Because I know some people, they're like, no, I need my partner to lift weights. Like the gym is such a big part of my life. I am here 5, 7 days a week, and I'm here 3 to 6 hours every day. So I need them to be into fitness versus is it a want? Um, Karina, I could definitely tell you by your energy. It's it's a want, not a need. So I want like you don't have to tell me what it is, okay? But ask yourself right now, if they were to either quality or do this thing for me that I really want, how would you feel? Give me in the comments how you would feel. Um, well, he's 5'10". I wanted a guy who was 6 feet. Well, if he was 6 feet, I would feel like I got a good one, and I would feel like other women would look at me with envy. So tell me, how would you feel if there's a quality he's lacking that he had? How would you feel if he had it? Actually, that's one, it could be a quality or it could be an attribute because height isn't a quality. But or if it's well, he's like perfect. I love our life, but he's not like he doesn't write me poems or buy me flowers. Well, if he did buy me flowers, how would you feel? Okay. So if it was something that you truly wanted, it'd be, well, if he bought me flowers, God, I would just feel so cherished and like a princess, and I would just melt in his arms. Like, oh my God, you just want to do little small things to delight me. But I bet right now you're having a little bit of a hard time tapping into how you would feel if he did those things for you. Yeah? And you tell me yes or no. I feel like I'm appreciated and loved. Okay. Did you have a hard time tapping into appreciation and love though? That's how you would feel if he did whatever it is you want him to do. Not that I don't feel loved. Okay, so yes, you had a hard time tapping those emotions. That's what this is about. Well, if he did it, I would feel appreciated and loved. And that's when you're going to sit there and focus on calling in the vibrations of love, calling in the vibration of appreciation so that you're building the energy within you. What you focus on, you get, okay, but you don't actually want it. So you're causing strife in your life. So, in other words, what you're actually manifesting is I want beyond demonstrable proof, beyond, hold on, I'm not using the right word. Beyond imaginate, beyond demonstrable, beyond. I'm looking for demonstrations that I can relax into and feel safe in this love. Do you see how that's kind of like an impossible ask, an impossible manifestation? I guess I feel like I shouldn't have to hint to someone what's needed. Nope. That's different, Karina. What you want is a want so that you can, because if he would just do that, I would feel like I can relax and feel safe in this relationship. That's not a, that's not a, makes sense. And it's not a need, it's a want so that do this thing and then I could feel like I can relax and feel safe in the relationship. And it's like what I said, relationships are that continual bringing stuff into alignment. So it's okay, great. I brought it into alignment, getting one in. I got into alignment, bringing one. I got into one where I feel loved more of the time than not. Now I'm bringing into alignment, being able to feel safe. Now I'm bringing into alignment. I know he's going to be there this next weekend. I know he's going to be there. He's going to be there. Okay. Okay. I'm looking to feel safer in this relationship. There you go. Okay. I just want to feel safer in this relationship. I want to feel like they got my back. All right, universe, I get it. I think what I'm actually manifesting right now is to allow this beautiful relationship that I have to continue flourishing, growing. And I think I'm looking to now establish a little bit more of a community because I want to have more than just him to rely on. You see how that's what this is about for you? I want people that I can rely on. If I get a flat tire, I want 2 people that I could call that would, if they were free, come and help me out. Does that make sense? And a lot of what a primary partner is, they're that stable rock. So they provide most of your needs, not all, but it's a, I'm going to go out to this pickleball class because I want to make friends and something I wanted to try. You don't want to do it. Okay, it'd be easier if you just wanted to do it. But I know if I go there and fail, I have this person to come home to and be like, oh my God, babe, you wouldn't believe it. Every ball I hit just didn't go over the net. I felt so insecure and self confident. They'd be like, oh, babe, I love you. I'm so sorry you had a rough time. Come here. Let me give you love. But you still need to go to pickleball, make the pickleball happen. All right, beautiful question, Karina. Beautiful question. I'm happy for you. So I hope you kind of took notes. Practice getting the vibration of love, draw your attention to it, and like bask. I don't know if you've downloaded my free manifesting course, kellylunt.com/free gifts. I love this birthday card. I love that someone went to pick this card out. I love that an artist made this. I love that they just didn't get like a stock standard card, but they got me a little like eclectic one. I loved the gift card in it. I love that they, even though they live in the same city as me, they still nailed it because they knew they were gonna be out of a town and they wanted it to arrive on my birthday. And that was just so cool how they kind of timed it. And they just wanted me to feel loved by them and their presence, even though they weren't in the city. Like that's called basking. So you can either focus on 10 different things that's love. And I showed you how you can even bask on love from a plant, let alone you clearly got a cute honey bunny in your life. I love how we met. I love that he did this, right? I love his hair. I love his morning hair. It's so cute how it's got a little alfalfa hair that sticks up. So it's just about the deliberate practice of like bringing it to alignment. All right, let's go on to Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to hear? You're welcome, Susie Funny. What does Sagittarius need to hear? Ooh, Sagittarius, you are moving on. You are moving on and to greener pastures. You're moving on to greener pastures. You're making complete peace with where you're at. You're making complete peace that you can't change the situation or really, quite frankly, do anything about it. It's kind of like one of those laughs of relief. Like, I can't believe I was trying so hard to make myself like that. I can't believe I put so much energy and effort into trying to make that happen. Um, I'm moving on. The pastures must be greener, and you're like now willing to walk the walk, to walk the walk, to take the path. A lot of times this card comes up when people were like in the yellow grass field trying to make it work, trying to water it. But you're like, all right, I get it. I'm not going to try to turn yuck into good. The grass must be greener. I'm going to go walk over there to go get it. Is there anything else they need to hear? I don't think it's worth it to try to, whatever the past was, it doesn't look like it's time to move forward. Like, you kind of came for a short and sweet message. It's time to move forward. Keep going ahead. You're like starting to recognize it and realize it. Like, accept it. Be like, okay, I got to move on, and I don't want to. I got to take this journey, and I don't want to. Let's do it. Okay, Capricorn. Where are my Capricorns at? And guys, if you do want a super chat, just do the super chat, and I'm answering them in between zodiac signs. So you will be, after I finish Capricorn, I will get to your question if you want a super chat question. Capricorn, whoa. You got love on your mind. Love it. You got love on your mind. Honestly, don't worry about your love life. Don't worry about your love life. It is going just fine. It's getting brought into alignment behind the scenes. And I do think you're doing a little bit of deliberate focus on it, but like the more that you focus on your money and bring your money into alignment, the more that naturally your inner being is focusing on bringing your relationship into alignment. Well, you're focusing on deliberately bringing your money, okay, into alignment. So there just needs to be a shift in your priority. And it's like it's really about trusting and knowing that the more I focus on my money, my career, my business, and bring that into alignment, the other one's going to be brought into alignment too. You need to shift to start bringing your business and your money into alignment. So whatever journaling you're doing or whatever vibe work you're doing on love, you got to start doing that on your business and your money, because that's what's going to like raise your vibes to where they need to be. And this is going to be this is like some growth for you, okay? So, because you got them in this order. So this means old wounds are coming up, childhood wounds are coming up. So that could maybe mean that whatever, parent you grew up with, you had enmeshment with them. You had to be you were the child taking care of the parent, right? If you're thinking about your relationship more than your money right now and you need to be focusing on your money, so you're rewriting old relationship patterns. Do you see that? I have to think of mommy in order for her to feel good. I'm thinking about my man when I should be thinking about my money. So literally, when you shift your focus to, I want my money situation to improve, and you let that flow, you're rewriting those negative belief systems around enmeshment, that love means enmeshment, that love means self-sacrifice. So literally focusing on your money is going to help your relationship vibes, whether it's the current person on your mind or someone new. And I know no one likes to hear that, but when you're kissing the face of someone and all in love with them and the excitement and the rush of it, you're really not going to care about the ex. You're going to be happy in the new relationship. Okay. So it's old belief systems about relationships that are being rewritten. The more that you allow yourself to focus on business and money, um, and it is going to feel like a bit of a rebirth for you. It's not going to be painful and super, super dramatic. It's just going to be like, "Whoop, I'm a whole new person." And this is going to help you in your relationships by you being able to hold. A lot of times people like to use the word boundaries on it. A boundary is a preference, though. So you're going to let go of any masochism if you're straight up a masochist, any people pleasing if you're people pleasing, focusing on them. So if you're like at a situation where you're like, why won't they just do this thing? They're intentionally holding back. When you go through this growth, it's going to be, oh, I like steady, consistent connection. Are you focused on what they're not giving you? Or are you focused on this is what I like? And then when you're focused on that and like you can hold that vibration firmly and eventually make it a default being of who you are, that's when you're either going to draw the steady, consistent connection from them, or or oh, I should call it that. Or you're going to yoink in a person who doesn't provide that consistency. So you're starting to lean into your preferences, Capricorn. You're starting to, it's going to be so much easier after you focus on your money and get your money right. You're going to have stronger boundaries. And if you want to do something like spiritual on this, one meditation I like to give my clients, close your eyes, get into the meditative state, right? And then be like, universe, show me my energetic barrier. Show me my energetic boundary barrier. And it's kind of like most people see it as a bluish barrier around your body that's like less than a quarter of an inch from your body, okay? And if you see any holes in it, any tears, any ruptures, just be like, I call source energy to it and I allow this to build in so I could firmly feel what it's like to be me. I am ready to be me. And part of who you are, Capricorn, as who you are and who you are in relationship, is you like money. And you like having money in your relationship. So your relationship ain't going to flow until you get your money right. And I already explained how it's rewriting childhood stuff. What is up, Antoinette? How are you? I will see you tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. So let's go ahead and go on to Aquarius. If anyone wants a super chat, I got Aquarius and Pisces left. So now would be a good time because after Pisces, I'm ending the live. So I'm doing any super chat questions in between reads. So let's go. What does Aquarius need to hear this week? Oh, you got sadness. Whoa. A little sadness, a little drifting, a little wandering. I think there was a person who used to be an anchor for you that isn't quite as strong of an anchor. Oh, and that is kind of emotionally upsetting you and making you a little sad. You don't understand why. It's causing a lot. I don't think you're aware of this. I think right now you feel a little chaos and a little sadness, maybe a little anger coming up. I would say a lot of chaos though, a lot of shifting times, a lot of turbulence. This little, I want to call it slight pullback of energy from them is causing you to go through a lot of personal growth and a lot of shifting. It's kind of like because you got that taste of that rock in your life, you're like, wait, that felt good. That felt amazing. How do I get that in there? And it just looks like the person isn't rushing in to try to be that rock for you. It honestly, the energy's still there. They still love you. They still like you. I mean, even if they're trying to pretend like they don't, even if they're intentionally trying to move on, they still like you and love you. That's very apparent in the read. Um, they're not intentionally pulling back from you. They literally, I don't know, they're going on a side quest journey that they got to focus on something else for a while. So there's like the path of your guys' love, and they have to go, oh my God, I got to go do this thing, like, I don't know, maybe you guys are on the path to take a vacation to the Bahamas, and they're like, whoop, I got a unique body type. I need to go here to get this. This is a really bad analogy. I got to go here to get this bathing suit in order for me to look good on our thing. And you're like, what the heck, babe? Where'd my babe go? I'm trying to buy the tickets, but I don't even know if you're coming back. And they're like thinking, oh, they should feel reassured or whatever. And then they come back and it's like, okay, I got my bathing suit. And you're like, that's what you were doing for 2 weeks, you know? So they're on They're on a side quest that they got to solve and take care of in order to like come back and be a better partner. But since you got a taste of that rock, you're like, how do I get that rock feeling in my life, that stability? So it's causing you to go through some personal growth to be a more stable, consistent like person for yourself. Yeah, it's. I think you're a little annoyed at the personal growth this person evoked within you. I think you're a little like your heart is mending, and I think you were unprepared for that when you met them. But what I want to let you guys know, what was it like Siddhartha? I don't remember the exact book that I read it in, but a vibe is a vibe, and the life that you came down to live is the life that like you came down to live. You can learn all the lessons by going to the same pub day after day after day. Or you can get it by moving around and taking classes and personal development courses. What you came down to learn, you're going to learn. And you're going to learn if you go once a Friday to that pub or if you go every day. Maybe you'll get it from a conversation from someone, or maybe you'll just be sitting there from observing it. You'll be like, I've seen that man come in here every day and he never has the same woman here. He's so sad that he doesn't realize that it's a long term relationship that he wants. Oh, I get it. I need a long term partner. You can get it from observing a little player. You can get it from someone going, "Oh my god, my life is so much better because my wife's in here," from a conversation from someone who's happily married. You can get that growth from just having grown up watching your parents be in a relationship. So, you were gonna get this growth anyway, Aquarius. You just happen to manifest the growth from that slight feel good relationship you had with them. All I can tell you is the love is still there. They're side questing. Um, so okay, what about this last card for the universe? Yeah, and if you want to know the growth that you're going through, it's how to be a little bit of a leader, a little bit of leadership, a little bit of bringing intentionality into your relationships. This is the kind, and not like I'm ready to get married type leader intentionality. Okay, although I do kind of think that you're like, I think you went through a lot of sadness, something that really broke your heart. But like ultimately, you do kind of want that happily forever after relationship. You do, but yeah, I think you just had your little heart ripped out. Um, so you're at the baby beginning of the journey to willing to like be married and long term commitment again. Um, but so it's not so much about being able to go, I know without a shadow of a doubt, 100% certainty that I want to get married again. It's not about that kind of leadership or unfailing confidence. It's more about, I know the type of relationship that I want to have is one where we just focus on health together. So we're gonna. It's about being willing to intentionally craft and curate a relationship together. So that's like building a life together instead of just two people coming together and banging it out. Like I saw this. How many? I don't know. Some short form media. It was a younger girl and an older guy. I think she was like 29, he was maybe 45. Well, when we met, we were a little worried about the age difference and this or that. And she's like, but you know what? We shared a lot of the same values and a lot of the same vision. And since I did share a little worry about the age difference, he's like, well, why don't we make our relationship like about health and health focused? We are committed to doing this to take care of our health. She's like, and it's been great. It is now, he's now 55, I'm 30 something. We still do our like, I don't know, 3 runs a week. We still lift heavy twice a week. Um, and we get a stretch session once a week, and we even have kids now that are like 3 and 6, and we are still committed to this, and our life is great. So that's why it's more about you being like, all right, let's sit down. What kind of relationship do you want? You don't need to promise them for forever, but it just looks like that person's looking for more intentionality, that they don't just want to like come hang out and like bang it out together for the whole lives. And I think this goes against your nature a little bit, Aquarius, because Aquariuses do tend to have a little bit of chaos energy in their life and in their life path. So Some of this is about you being willing to kinda, like, calm down a little, kinda, like well, I don't say get over the past because this was some serious heartbreak, so, love to you guys. Like, I wish I could, like, hug y'all. Um, but there's a little bit of needing to, like, release the past baggage to the past and be willing to, like, "Alright, I am entering a new relationship. Let's actually come together and decide what's important to us. What do we wanna see out of a relationship? What do we want it to look like in 5 years from now? How do we build one together?" Like maybe because you're both into gemstones and minerals, and it could be, no, I really like that shared passion between the two of us. So what if we get that we make it important to once a year just take a gemstone trip somewhere? Maybe that will be, going to the February Tucson gemstone, the biggest, mineral and gemstone show in the US. Maybe that will be, we're going to go to that Australia spot and do that like rose quartz walk path. Maybe once a year we're going to make sure to go mine and go rock hounding together. Like, so do you kind of see how it can be fun? It's not about I'm ready to get married and be serious again. No, it's just like, all right, we're kicking it, we're hanging it. Let's get together, be exclusive. Come on now, let's do it. What kind of relationship do you want? Well, what if we made sure to once a year to always do this? And then it's fun because it's like, okay, if we're once a year always going to take this kind of a vacation, do we want to go high end luxury? Do we want to go the cheapest way? Do we want to go spend a little money on the hotel room, but not luxury because we want more money for the minerals? So build a little bit of a vision together, a we filling type thing. And then it's like, okay, so I think we're going to need this much money every year. So every month we put aside this much money into our side account. So you see how every month it's like, we did it big. We put our $500 in there. That vacation is going to be so good. You see how that's going to build that like eager anticipation, that excitement. So it's really about you being willing to kind of create that like we specialness. It looks like right now there's a little bit of willingness to fight for the relationship, but you're in your head about it because I think you're just unsure if they like you or not. It kind of looks like the other person's a little mad at you, but like honestly, your focus shouldn't be on how to fix the relationship. Your focus should be on heal enough so that you can come back in a way where you're willing to let's do a little bit of being willing to like create a special relationship together. We like to go to bed early because we really prioritize sound sleep. Oh, we eat dinner like, "Oh, thank you so much for that dinner invite. We just normally go to bed at like 6 PM." Our we stop eating at 6 PM so that by 9 PM, our stomachs are, like, settled because we just really like good sleep. So it's like that we that's special, and, like, honestly, Aquarius, like, you want that too. You want relationships to have a little more meaning, a little bit more specialness, because you don't just wanna, like, "I like you pretty good, let's hang out." You kinda want a little bit more, "No, let's make it sweet, let's make it special." Oh, we decided we both have the love language of little gifts, so every time each one of us goes out of town, we always make sure to find a cute little gift for them when we're there. The person there gets to have the fun of looking for the gift. You get the fun of, "Oh, I wonder what they're gonna find me." If they ever come home because they couldn't find something, babe, you would not believe it. Finding you a gift was the Sahara Desert. I went to this store, nothing. I went to this store, here's the funny story. Because then you at least still get that we experience, like, "Oh my god, babe, I can't believe you went to those 5 stores and came back with that," like, "Oh, you poor thing. I love you, though. Thank you for trying to love on me that much." That we like, that like, you gotta focus on being willing to go there with that person. So the relationship is worth energy, and it does kinda look like was it the onus is on you? Is that how you say it? It does look like responsibility, the onus, burden, I don't know how you're looking at this. It is on you to, like, be the one to put a little bit of energy and effort into it, but it's not fight energy. And I can just rest assure you they do want it, like, so get out of your head that they don't. Alright, let's go to Pisces. What does Pisces need to see, hear, feel, and know this week? Ooh, love. Oh, you got a sweet message. You got the best reading of the whole week of all the zodiacs. Um, let the love blossom. Let yourself be swept away in love, not swept away and like rush things, but let yourself be swept away and love and everything that it offers. Go ahead and put some deliberate focus and intention there, and really enjoy the companionship, the friendship, the two people choosing to spend their energy in the same way, that closeness, that connection. Like, so your focus on love should be, we have such a good time when we're together. We're such good pickleball players. Um, it's really supposed to be on just enjoying how you guys come together. Not on romance, not on let me woo them, let me write them poems, but when we come together, it's always such a good time. And not necessarily such a good time, but like because you might be like study buddies, it might be like the way you connect in your relationship might be, no, we're actually studying for the bar together. And I don't know why, but when we're together, like I study better and deeper and I feel like I understand it more. So it's really about just enjoying that close connection, that close companionship. Like that's where your focus. If you're going to bask in terms of manifestation terms, bring your focus on there. I love this we connection we have. That was a short and sweet one, Pisces. All right, lots of love, everyone. I hope you guys have a good, beautiful week.